I have sound to color synesthesia, which means that when I hear certain sounds, I see different colors and shapes. And I've just kind of had it my whole life, and it never really occurred to me that it was anything especially different or interesting, and it turns out it is. After a while, it just kind of became apparent, I described something as, that was a really white noise, or that guy's playing very blue today, and no one knew what I was talking about. So just after a while, I stopped and actually asked someone. I was like, you know what I mean, do you? And they were like, no, we thought you were being metaphorical. The strongest things I see are usually very kind of high rushing air noises, like, shh, or, anything like that, like a flute, or a soprano singing. They tend to be very, very white, and they appear about right here, kind of in the upper right of my eye. If a white noise, just say like a high rushing noise, is not so loud, it'll be like kind of at half opacity. And then sort of as things get lower, they kind of seem to appear more kind of mid-range, and lower ones are sort of down here over at the bottom lower edge. The whites are the strongest. Sometimes like a deep bass notes, they'll be blue or purple, and they'll be down here. But those are the ones you can pretty much count on it every time. And then sometimes other sounds will show up kind of around here. They can be different colors. Sometimes it's green, sometimes it's maybe an orange. Never red. Never ever red, and I don't know why. If you get a lot of percussion, like snare drums, or really anything that's kind of a distilled, kind of really hard, sort of a high-pitched noise, you get lots of little white sparkly effects going on up here, as someone does the beat. Something more like a banjo or a guitar is more kind of like a whitish yellow, so you get kind of sparkling going on over here. Sometimes in a pattern if they're playing a tune. Something more like deep notes on a piano, you get nice little blocky, sort of bubbly things going on down over here. So if you have something like an orchestra, it can get pretty intense. Different styles of music often have, kind of standard trademarks. Like, for example, bluegrass, is always going to have those bright yellow twanging, little sparkles all over the place from, the guitars and the banjos and things like that. Stuff like jazz, well, it really depends. I mean, very often it's got the yellow of, trumpets and things like that. And then often there's some green in there and some orange, usually orange, kind of in the mid-range right around here. Often, for some reason, even though I know it's kind of brassy, but a saxophone will often be orange or green. Something like a bass will be a nice blue, kind of a throbbing thing down here. Stuff like a violin will be a beautiful sort of a white ribbon kind of up here. So there definitely are specific instruments that seem to map to certain patterns all the time, probably just because of the physics of how the instrument works.